right, let me check everything. Give me a second, everybody. I know. Oh, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so I just want you all to know. So we know exactly the area in which we're going. And after the end of this month, right after the new moon of next month, and sometime in that period, we'll be going out and we have to go and make the agreement for the land and the housing and be prepared to receive you all in your coming. So all the preparations have to be made because you're coming in June. What is it? June what?
We said around June 2nd.
June 2nd, right? It's now, let's see, it's March 28th, right? Then we have in another 30 days, it will be the end of April, May. Okay? So we're talking near the end of April going into May. And not only do we have to make all of the acquisitions, we have to get vehicles. So we need the van. This way we can pick you all up from the airport and not lose money in cabs and taxis and other fees that are unnecessary. This money needs to stay in the family. We have to get the truck for the agricultural transport. We have to buy the land from the supermarket and even maybe build it if there's not a building on the property already. So we'll need to build the first a first floor space for a market. It will be within the city of Amman, a moderate establishment. We will need the supermarket supplies, your shelving, your refrigerators, the cashier system. We'll need to also open the bank account, for our merchant account. So we have a lot to do in a month. Okay. So once we get all of the business situated, first we get the farm. We have to have home first. And we have to have provisions. So we're buying a very large and open space in Jordan Valley. Okay? And you can say how you get to the Jordan Valley. Guess what? It was not that I suggested. I go wherever I can go, and I would go wherever it was cheapest. Budget. But my friend and fellow engineer, and also our guide to the country of Jordan, saw the tefillin upon my arm, and when I explained to him that this is a very old Arabic dialect, he looked at the letters and says, I know the place which belong to you. And he said, you're the faith, you're the people, everything is in Jordan Valley. It will be well with you there for anybody that comes with you. And I said, very well. I get a message from my teacher. I wake up. This is what he says. I wake up and I see a dream, and we buy and land in an open space, a spacious area. And I tell him, well, we're going to go look at some land in Jordan Valley because it has to be secure for us. There's a security thing. And you know where my teacher's family is from? The Jordan Valley. So not only does the text point us to Rabakta.
May I read that part, a refresher?
Read it.
And he removed from thence and digged another well. And for that they did not contend as formerly. And he called the name of it Rabbakah, spaciousness. For he said, now hath Yah given us space to spread us abroad in the land.
So we are going to buy back all of Rabaktha, the spacious place in the valley. So this is only for those that wish to honor Isaac and let us now restore his well under his covenant. If you've been following me, you'll understand. So my teacher is from Jordan Valley. So we have thousands, tens of thousands, millions of family members here. They know me, and I will be accepted among them as a sheikh, as a leader, and the land and my people will be at peace and at rest. And not only that, is I have the support of other witnesses. So that this way, if my paperwork, if I need certain things, because there's rules here when you're moving internationally. It's not a
Free for all.
It's not a free for all. You can't just throw money around and get whatever you want. There is a process. Okay? So we have to get the truck, we have to get the land, we have to get the van, and we have to get a small car. And you say, what's the small car for? Because when you want to do small transports, you don't want to burn up all the fuel with the van, right? And if you need to go and we have to take care of some small business, somebody has to go to a doctor or to somewhere, and it's to handle some business. You know, maybe the women need to go and pick up personal items, right? Even though we have a supermarket, our supermarket is in town. And if somebody needs to run, go get something, do something, we need a small car just to run small errands so that it doesn't disturb the van if the van is transporting people or goods and food and it's out for work or for business. As well as the truck, we need the truck because we're going to get livestock. We are going to get sheep, we're going to get goats, we're going to get camels, we're going to get donkeys, and we're going to get cows. Okay? The last thing we will get is horses. The last. To get horses, this is like
another ball game.
It's something different. This is like a show of great wealth to have horses. Okay? It takes time because you have to really develop a intimate and personal relationship with horses because they can be fickle. So you have to really develop and get that kindness, give that kindness for the horse to really take to you. And it's the last thing we need, okay, is the horses, okay? So, but camels we will need. And this is what's happening. You know, this is happening now. So we really need you to come through. Like, we have to have, we have the way, we have the word. Now we just have to have those who are obedient. We have to have this money, right? Well, how much does it cost? If you have to ask, how much does it cost, right? Then you don't get the purpose and what is necessary, right? The van is going to cost whatever, the truck going to cost what it costs. The van is going to cost what it costs, right? If we get the van for 7,000 or 10,000, we're going to get the best deals we can on these things, but we can't buy junk. Number one, can't buy junk. And the most important thing, aside from that stuff, is the land. How much is the land? That's going to be agreed upon when we get there.
Right.
But when we get there, we need to have a substantial amount, right, in our hands to put down maybe a large deposit, because it takes time to move funds internationally, and we're actually crossing a border here, right? It's difficult to move a lot of funds
at one time,
right? So it's easy. I can easily move $1 million a year, and that's like one limit, $1 million. Then, I have to use a different account to move another one. There's rules to this, and you're talking about money coming out of a U.S. system, and we're now investing in another country that is not, part of the Western system. But this exchange is well worth it. So get your passports, get your monies together, start sending. The link is in the link tree. Reach out to Ali, because I'm telling you, this is a one-time thing. Right? This is one move. It's one move. We're getting ready to have us a space and a place. And this will be in the valley. We're going to be in the valley, and we're going to be safe in the valley. Okay? We're going to be in the valley, let everybody go and have whatever. We'll have provision, we'll have food, we'll have support, we'll have our business as well. You need to have your own business here. You cannot work for these people. Okay? We're going to have everything we need. So what we need from you right now is your preparation and your support to make this exchange, to make this walk. All right? We'll be back after this. All right? Yeah, we'll be back after this. I'm going to get a drink of water, and then we're going to start and continue our reading, because we're getting ready to go from Isaac into Jacob, right? Now, I'm telling you, there's going to be a separation, okay? The name Israel will be left for those who stumble. So the congregation of Israel will consist of all peoples, all nations, and they will consistently stumble, right? The same way Israel stumbled in the past. But those of the seed of Isaac, the holy seed, will not stumble anymore. It will be the kingdom that lasts and is established forever. So as long as you hold on to one path, you will suffer the process of that path. And the moment you choose the other path, the path of righteousness, you will reap the rewards of that path.
I don't mean to laugh, But you must understand, hearing and doing goes together. And I'm literally, because I'm here, I'm right here. So I'm being able to witness the word of Yah being the memory, being the support. I am being able to witness how everything that we have been sharing and saying come together like this. It's not no spread out time. It's we read this, then this happened. We read that, then this happened. It is correlating. It's like a dance. It's happening right before our eyes. What's being shared now, we just read yesterday. So it's happening. It's really, really happened. The declaration went out 2 days ago from Malachi that Yah's messenger is here. And Yah is with him. And Yah has given him the instructions and the way that we should go. And though some of you sit back and doubt, you know Yah sees and hears everything. And right now, he is showing you in your face that he is with him. He's showing you that he is with him, that he is giving him the instruction. Because, see, we have to go this way so that Yah himself can come within the temple. That's what it said in Malachi 3. Then yesterday we read Haggai 2. To be strong in the word. And look what's happening. It's today for us. This was no meeting that was planned or scheduled. It was 2 people, one going out, one coming in. Conversation started. Saw the Teflon. Oh, I know. I was a witness to this. So I'm sharing with you that this is no junk. This is for real. This is no delusion. This is no imagination. This is practical and real. So it's up to you what you do. It's up to you. But I'm telling you, this word, oh yeah, it's going to do what it says it's going to do.
So when you get off that plane,
yeah, be ready.
We're going to pick you up from the airport in a mine.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going straight to Rabakta. You're going straight.
Yeah.
We're going from the airport to Rabakta. You're not going to get an apartment. Okay? You're not going to the hotel. You're coming off this airport and we're going home. We're going to go and get enlarged because we need time because we have to get all the sheep, all the cows that we can to be ready. For what? For after the war. So we're going to get as much as we can. We will have our own supermarket here and we will make business among ourselves collecting 100% of the profit.
Yes.
Right? Now we talk about profitability. Profits.
Yes.
Not the, profit. No, profit, money.
Yes.
So now we're going to get 100% because what we buy and what they will make of themselves as they breed, when we sell it, we did not produce. The Most High calls it the increase of itself. It's coming from our land. We just put seed in the ground. It goes to the store. All the money is ours. We just put seed and water in the dirt. And we will need even some tools for this.
Yeah.
So these are things we have to get. We have to get a seed planting machine. You have to get some tillers. Okay? You have to get some plows. You have to have these things. So you have to understand it's not about how much.
No.
Okay? We need more than you think. Okay? If I tell you to land 100,000, we need 200,000, 300,000. Why? After you get the land, there is the changes that's needed to be made to prepare for you. It's not one family going into this. There may be 6, 7, 8, 10 families going into this. So you have to build up, expand out some. Okay? Which means you lose some more land because people need space to live. But you have more than enough.
Right.
Also, the time it takes to build. Okay? It takes them about a month, 2 months to make 1, 2 floors. If you build in 3 floors, 5 floors, 6 floors, it takes more time. So we need to know how many floors. We only know who's coming by who's given. So you have to start. I don't expect a lot of you, but I know there is somebody listening and watching who has heard and it's bothering them and they have the money. So take this time out. Put your doubts aside. Believe me when I tell you, I know time is short. You don't know when the war gonna break out. However, I do know this coming Passover, there will be no escape for those who have to go through the disaster that is coming upon the world.
Excuse me, did you set the time?
Yeah, I did. I set the timer.
Okay, all right.
I did. I set the timer.
This is good stuff. It needs to be heard. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
There will be no escape.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm telling you this because this is just like Noah.
Sure is.
This is just like Noah. Meaning, if you don't get on the ark now,
doors be shut.
June 2nd, when we have the meeting, we will be on the land. When we have the meeting, we will be sitting down face to face and discussing, and this class will be finished. It will be finished. I promise you, this class will be finished. We will be in the land, hands-on. We will be farming. I will be dealing with people face to face. This will be but a mere afterthought. Because we will have to go through the law face to face, repeatedly dealing with real live situations. We will have to deal with the women. We have to deal with the men. We have to deal with young men. We have to deal with all the social restructuring. We will have to deal with your culture shock and all the other social and psychological issues that you are coming with. This is going to be different. I'm not asking you to come here to be a tenant. I'm telling you to come back to be a tribe. We'll be back.
The land is ready.
All right, so we back. I want to thank y'all for listening through my little plea, because I'm pleading for you, and I'm pleading on behalf of the righteous.
Yeah.
I could care less about the wicked. If you're not going to join in and do this, you wicked, I know, and you need to go through the purge. But there is a remnant. That's all I need is this remnant to prepare for those who come through the purge. Right? When they come through the purge, it is going to require a lot of preparation.
Yes.
Okay?
Hmm.
So this is preparation for the storm, for the rebellious who don't know how to listen, and they only follow the wickedness because they think only the wicked prosper in this world. So, oh, you got to be a scammer or you got to be a drug dealer. No, 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 no. We don't need none of this. We are getting off of the hamster wheel, going in, clocking in 9 to 5. There will be no 9 to 5. We own the land, we get up, we do what we have to do for ourselves, and we're not worried about a bill. Everything is structured and in order. There is percentages given as what is necessary, and we have everything we need. We have full stocks of everything for ourselves. And of what we have, we sell and we buy more, and then as we need, we could take what we need for free. It don't cost us nothing. You understand? I'm telling you this because if you don't want to form a tribe, go your way. Just remember, when you read the book, the Most High says tribe, this tribal living. This is our first tribal land. It will be governed as a tribal house.
You know, brother, here's so much. We the people, we a tribe, we're the. Okay, let's see if you're really that.
You know what? There was a word you looked up, and I thought about this morning. I forgot until you just said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember that word you looked up? What was that word? Because you were like, if you follow my word, it will grant you these things. And it had authorization, and what was that word?
Wasn't service. I'm gonna grab my book. I got it written down there. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Excuse me, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find it. We studied on Sabbath. That's where it was from.
All right, so she's grabbing this, right? So your sister here, I make sure that, I make sure when the camera's off, we live in the life. Okay, we're not talking, we live in. So what she's done is she goes and she will look up words and gain definitions and gain the basis, the foundation of her understanding. So when she sits here, she has some knowledge, some information, she can see like, wow, this kind of is just on a cycle. It just repeats. You see what I'm saying? It's 10 words and it's 10 words. But those 10 words unfold out these ways and it keeps going so that you can see every path, every way that people kind of twist and turn, and it stays and remains relevant. So she's looking up because she looked up this one word.
So, you know how I know, but I'm kidding. Because, okay, it was signed.
Come on over here. Come on. Bring your notebook.
Let's see. Okay. For authorization. See. It's dedicated. A service or for someone of assistance. Remember. Sign. As means of identity. Sign.
Okay, so
That
say this.
Word.
Say this again.
The word is sign.
Now, some of you don't know what sign means.
Something regarded as an indication or evidence.
Something regarded as an indication, is an indicator of something, okay? Or evidence of something, proof. So you can't keep the Shabbat not on your land, in the land where you possess the land. Okay? So you can possess land anywhere in the world. It is not the indicator or the evidence. Okay? You have to do it in the land, on the same land that it says you're supposed to be on and you're supposed to get. That is an indicator, evidence that you are the people, right? So each step, one step at a time, is an indicator of a next step. And you have to continue with each small step. So when I say come regular and American, and when we get here, we will take care of all of the legalities so that you can remain and we will have residence. And they say, we're going to put you in the spacious place in the valley after seeing the Tefillin. So I put this on when I got off of the plane. I was past customs. Don't want to be causing no alarms. I ain't trying to disturb nobody. I just want to abide peacefully. So I didn't come here in fringed up nothing. So we go into this place, and there is Bedouin like us from our family here. So now the sign, right? So you talk about the Shabbat, which is a sign. So now the sign, the evidence, and the indicators are aligning, proving I am who I say I am, and we are who we say we are because we are doing these things. What else is a sign?
A gesture or action used to convey information or instructions.
So the sign is a gesture or a action, meaning you also have to do something.
Right, because it conveys the information or the instruction. It shows what the instructions
And that
saying.
you are following them.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
A word or gesture giving according to prior arrangement.
Whoa. A word or gesture, an action given according to a prior, meaning not made up now, it was given a long time ago, previously, before. Okay?
A prior arrangement as a means of identification.
As a means of identification. So if you do this with us, this is your identifying marker that you are truly the people, not by claim, by action. There is no dispute about it because you are doing it, and you don't need no one to tell you you're not when you have it in possession. You are doing it, you are dressing it, you are looking it, you are living it. This is the identification, not a card issued by some foreign government. It's not a card. If you go get a government card, you are boo-boo the fool. Okay? Now, you said, but you're going to go down here and get residency. Yes, me getting residency is not me getting a card. First of all, when we go down here to get residency, it's because we possess land and we want to be recognized as our own people. You will have new names. Your names will be according to the law, not you government. You're not going to come here and be Steve Pookie and them. You're going to be under lawful names given from our instruction.
Right.
In taking those names, you will change and you will be issued like a passport from Jordan saying you are this person.
Right. Right. No, nowhere in the instructions does it say that you use a card to identify who you are.
Right. But that is just so that remember we are now in this land and we want to abide peacefully with them.
Right.
So now we're saying we have this, and now we are no longer bound. We are removed from the destroyer and his land. So this is your identification that you are these people because you have separated yourself from captivity, from slavery, from your slave master. You will be independent. You have your own land. You have your own farms, your own food. You have your own transportation, your own tools. You have your own business. You own it as a tribe, and it feeds and cares for the tribe. If the tribe is going to grow, you expand it to prepare for it. And you make more business to accommodate the new family members. Continue.
Or for purpose of authorization.
And or for purpose, and or this authorization. This instruction
is what authorizes
has given me the authorization to walk in it to achieve it. It doesn't just show up because I wished it. I had to continue in all the steps and take whatever time is necessary to complete the steps, which proved that I had not only the identification of who I am, but I have the authorization to do the thing that I'm doing. This not authorized by no world government. And if anybody else was to try it, they'd go crazy because they cannot. However, in this time, it is an open door for you to join me. Do not be like those who died in the flood in this same season. Your tax money is coming back. Don't squander it this time. Forget the TV, sell it. Get rid of your junk. Your time is short. Believe me when I tell you 6 months is not a long time.
No, it's not.
Okay? In 5 months, it'll be Adar. Then it's 1 month to the Passover. In that time, you can forget it.
Heart closed.
I'm telling you now. If you get here now in the 10th month, it will be well with you. It will be well with us all. What else? So you have authorization.
Indicate agreement with and or authorization of the contents of.
So it gives you the authorization of the contents of this law and of this covenant. So when you do this with me, and we build the earthen altar, and we bring back the incense, and I start retraining and reinstituting the Levitical priesthood on this small tribal land, then you will see there will not be any question as to whether or not you the people. And I'm telling you right now, it will be a chain reaction because as we do this, the destruction will still pour out, but there will be a sanctuary for those who obeyed the instruction. And then for those who left and remained scattered in this area, word would go to them. You know, you shake and you people here. They over here.
Mm-hmm.
Why you don't stay with them? Like this outside, this no good.
Mm-hmm.
We have a law. You have to be with you people, otherwise you no good. What, they put you out or they don't like you? Why they don't like you? They will ask you questions and they will question them. So you want to get unscattered? This the key. Muftak, this the key.
Mm.
This the key, this the door. I know I only have 1,000 followers, right? And I know of 1,000 followers that my video gets viewed by maybe 25, 30 people. You want to know something? That's all I need.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
You say what? That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The greater the sacrifice, the greater the reward.
Mm-hmm.
I have lived out here 8 years. 8 years. Take me 8 years to get to this point, to this destination. But every link in the chain that this book has told me to do, I have done and I have accomplished. And now we can finally get to the point where we get a possession of land.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to believe me. I need you to test the Most High in this and give.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what sign is. So if you really want to keep the Shabbat, you want to keep it? If you don't give and get this land, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a covenant breaker. You are a worshiper of idol worship if you don't give to get this land, to keep the Shabbat upon it. Because it's written, when I bring you into the land, then you will keep my law. And remember the Shabbat. It says remember. So guess what?
I have that word here.
And remember the Shabbat. Meaning, if you don't do this, then you will never, it would be as if you were never at Mount Sinai and you have no blood, you have no covenant, you have nothing because you disobeyed the instruction. And this is the point where people hate me. It will be as if you made yourself uncircumcised because you voided out the instruction to be able to keep and remember the sign of the Shabbat. Sitting at home in the place where you pay rent is not your land. And it's not the keeping of the Shabbat. Because you, your land, your cattle, everything must come to rest.
That's right.
This is the sign of the Shabbat. It's everything under your dominion, and you have to have subdued land. Now, check it and tell me I'm a lion. Let's get to this reading now, because now I done went on a tirade twice. But I have to make sure you get this, because there's no way my teacher called me today and say, this is what he's seeing. He don't watch me on YouTube. My teacher don't watch me on YouTube. I don't need him to watch me on YouTube because what I'm saying on YouTube is not for him. He don't need this. He's my teacher. He knows. What I say on YouTube is for you, the few. I'm glad my YouTube channel's small.
Yeah.
Because this way I can get to the remnant, get this done, and get off of this thing right? And you say, why you want to get off? I don't need to be YouTube famous. What I need is to be what the Most High says to be and to build what the Most High says to build and to get through the judgment. It's better to be humble and be small and be down and get through the judgment, not to make myself a target. Everybody wants to be famous and this. You make yourself a big target. You cannot speak truth when you're big and famous because you know they will kill you. So where we leave off yesterday?
We finished Code Bereshit 28:4, starting at 28:5.
Okay. 28.
Yes, sir.
4. Okay. And we had 28:5.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
And Isaac sent Yaaqub away, and he went to Padam Aram unto Laban bar Bethuel, the Amit, the brother of Rivkah, the mother of Yaaqub, and Saul. And Saul considered that Isaac had blessed Yaaqub and had sent him to Padam Aram to take to him from thence a wife. When he blessed him and commanded him, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of the Canaanites. And that Yaaqub obeyed the word of his father and the word of his mother, and was gone to Padam Aram. And Saul considered that the daughters of Canaan were evil before Isaac his father.
So he thought about this.
And Saul went unto Ishmael and took to wife Mahalath, who is Basama, the daughter of Ishmael ba Abraham.
So Mahalath is Basama. So if you ever get any confusion, you can understand this. Basamat is Mahalath. Okay? So what happens is you get new names. Like you get somewhere and people call you according to what they want, really. Right? So in Segev, everybody know me as Rab Sheikh or Rabbi Sheikh, right? In Arad, they call me Giddy. In Jordan, they call me Bilal. Right? Bilal. You see? So in each little place, they take your name and they be like, you this, but we like you this name, and they will call you that based upon the meaning. Now they know me as Jadua, the strong man who help everybody. But around, they don't. Jadua is for those close. For those far, he is a Bilal. And if you don't know the story of Bilal, Bilal is the one who stood on top of the Kaaba to call all the Muslims to pray to Allah.
Not to the stone.
Not to the stone. He stood on top of the Kaaba and he called them to pray to Allah, not any idol. They kept it, but
they pray to Allah.
They still Allah. Okay? We'll be back. All right, then we back. Where'd we leave off?
We was reading about Mahalath.
Okay, so Mahalath and Basama. Continue.
Okay. The daughter Ishmael bar Abraham, the sister of Nabioth, from his mother besides his other wives.
Okay, so now all of a sudden it's Esau start to think about how he has made his father upset by taking these Canaanite wives. So he's thinking to himself, all right, maybe I make a mistake. And this will cause my father to not bless me. So I take wives now over here. So he still have these daughters from Heth, cannot get rid of them, right? But now he's taken a wife from within his father's house, which is lawful. You can marry Ishmaelite daughters. Okay?
5 miracles were wrought for our father Yaaqub at the time that he went from Beersheba. The first sign, the hours of the day were shortened, and the sun went down before his time. For as much as the word had desired to speak with him.
Okay, so the first sign is the sun went down early. So what happens? Why is this significant? I tell you why it's significant is because if the Most High wants to speak, in this time he's using dreams. Okay? Not you profane dreams like you people having. You know, you dream about winning the lottery, then you go to gamble. This dream is the member is trying to get him to fulfill the law, right? So if I know I need to get land, and the law says it's in Rabakta, and I need to get there, and I don't know where this at with any amount of accuracy. I have an area, an idea, but I don't know. The Most High will send the idea to my friend. I know where these people are, they in this area, and he sends the dream to my teacher who always live in this land, and he says, I put you in a spacious land. And now the area and the spacious land come together. This, the bat call, how it fall. Now you say, well, that happened to me one time, and yes, okay, no problem. I don't know how that's going to save the nation, but okay, it happened to you. This is for the salvation of the nation. So this is why it is considered among a major sign unto Jacob. So now the Most High want to do this for Jacob. Okay? So that was an example to get you understanding how it applied to Jacob, which is for the nation. This is for me. You win the lottery, you go in to ball out of control and go spin the bag. That's what you do. And with Jacob trying to get this nation going. Continue.
The second sign, the 4 stones which Yaaqub had set for his pillow, he found in the morning, had become 1 stone. Sign, the third.
So one, he took 4 stones and put them together, and he used them for the pillow. This stone fused together to make 1 stone. When we get to Mount Zion, this stone still there. I'll show you this stone. Okay? What's the next one?
Sign, the third.
The third sign.
The stone which, when all the flocks were assembled, they rolled from the mouth of the well. He rolled away with one of his arms.
Okay, so this is the stone where they covered the mouth of the well, and with one arm he moved it But this stone is not a small stone. This is a big stone. When you see it, you will understand. Continue.
The fourth sign, the well overflowed, and the water rose to the edge of it, and continued to overflow all the days that he was in Haran.
So the well overflowed and continued to overflow all the days that he was in Haran. That is the fifth sign. So now it doesn't matter what work he has to do. It does not matter what the people or how they are afflicting him, right? They are causing him hardships. These 5 things.
Excuse me, sir, that was just the fourth. We almost at the fifth.
Oh, okay. Well, it overflowed to Haran. Let's get the 5th sign and I'll continue.
The fifth sign, the country was shortened before him, so that in one day he went forth and came to Haran.
Okay, so now his journey, instead of it being 10 days, like to get from here to Padan Aram and the Euphrates walking, this take 10 days. But the same miracle the Most High wrought for Eliezer, a day up, a day back, is now shortened this just one day. He get there faster. Okay? So he get to Laban's house faster. It's just one day. So now these 5 signs, right? The Most High is doing these things. So regardless of his affliction, he's going to prosper him in it and with it. It's going to prosper him. So he goes to sleep early. He understands what the Most High is going to show him. The Most High is showing him that he's going to prosper, what to look for, where he's going. He understands this. He gets to where he's going expeditiously. And while he's there, there is a benefit of everyone else there for his sake. Meaning, everyone else is prospering, and the Most High is prospering them so that the Most High can prosper him. Lest the Most High prosper him alone, and they all turn to jealousy and envy to try to kill him. So now he becomes a treasured person to have among you.
Like Zach, when he was there in the valley, when Abu Melech and them.
Right. Yes. When we hear, you're going to see bountifulness like you have never seen. Wells, waters, spring, even this water dry. If I have a well on my land and it's dry, I'm going to say, get down here and dig it. And if nobody listen, I go dig it. And then when you see the water start to come up, I get out, get a string and a bucket and a pitcher. We have a water to drink. And it will continue to be bountiful and full while we are there. These signs, this blessing is the dew. Right? You prosper. So with these signs, you prosper faster. Your way is made shorter. Okay? Your way is made shorter. What do you need to prosper when you work in agriculture? Number 1, water. Number 1 is water. So if you have water, and you have sheep, and you have goats, and you have land, the Most High says, from what you plant and what you sow, I'll make it come to fruit even better. Now, we don't have time to plant trees. We're not going to be here like small for 4 years. So we're going to buy land that already have trees on it because of our law make 4 years too long for us because we need to sell it and take it to market now. Right? So we're going to buy that's all land that already have trees on it, olive trees, grapevines, everything. We're going to buy that. Okay? But of the fields, you will see when we plant our broccoli, when we plant our coriander and everything else, and our wheat and our everything going to just it's just going to be super abundant. When we plant our burdock and our dandelion, these vegetables, I know you guys not familiar, but we're going to be planting it. It's going to and be bountiful. And not to mention our bees and our honey.
Oh, yes, the best. Olives and
You're going to see it will multiply faster and better. Doesn't matter how they afflict you. Okay? The extra work you have to do, you're not rich in money. Rich in land is 100 times better than rich in money.
Yes.
Money can be made. It is literally created. Like
it is.
Paper, ink, and this have this value in this community. That's created. Money have no value. You really need the resources, and then you have wealth. You have an abundance of something which comes from the earth, which has value. Hungry people pay gold, silver, anything when they're hungry.
Yes.
Continue.
And he prayed in the place of the house of the sanctuary.
And where?
Of the house, in the place of the house of the sanctuary.
Oh.
And lodged there.
Oh. House of the sanctuary. So you guys have to understand. The sanctuary is a safe place. So when the Most High is talking about sanctuary, he's saying, I'm marking this spot. The sanctuary will be here. And sanctuary will be here. Sanctuary will be there. Who's going to these safe locations? The children that come after. It's not like one small location.
Right.
It's this spot for this time. This spot over here for this time. This spot over there. This spot. This spot. Okay? Different times for different things.
Because the sun had gone down. And he took 4 stones of the holy place.
So those 4 stones of the holy place, still in the holy place.
And set his pillow and slept in that place.
And he slept in that place.
And he dreamed.
And see, I told you, in this time, when the Most High wants to convey a message, they having a dream. So let's see what this dream is.
And behold, a ladder was fixed in the ground.
A ladder is fixed in the ground.
And the top of it reached to the height of heaven.
So now he have access to heaven.
And behold, the 2 angels who went unto Sodom and who had been expelled from the midst of them because they had revealed the secrets of Yah of the world. And being cast forth, they had walked till the time that Yaaqub went out from the house of his father. And had accompanied him with kindliness unto Bethel.
Bethel. So Bethel is the house of Allah. So now, what 2 angels went to Sodom?
It was
Israfil and Jibril. So these two angels now accompanying with Jacob. Okay? Now they had went to Sodom and they were expelled or sent from there because they had revealed the secrets of Yah of the world. Okay? And being cast forth, they walked until the time that Jacob went out from the house of his father. So now Jacob is traveling, right? He's a traveler now, and these two angels is with him. Israfil and Jibril.
Yes.
Right? And they accompanied him with kindness until Beit, the house of Allah, Beit Il.
In that day had ascended to the high heavens.
In that day, they had ascended to the high heavens. The angels were on this ladder.
And said, come, see Yaaqub the pious.
So now piety, piousness is good. What? Dedication of service in a way with piety of this law, not anything in the customs, the traditions, and this law together. That's piety. You're not pious, you're not the seed of Jacob. You piety by this land, by instruction, you're not the seed of Jacob, you don't participate in this. See, not keeping the judgment kicks you out. As long as you living in America, you are bringing down the name of the Most High. You are bringing it to open shame because you refuse to keep the judgments with which your Father has given you. Continue.
Okay. Whose likeness is inlaid in the throne of glory.
So in the Most High's throne is the image of Jacob.
And whom you have so greatly desired to behold.
So now they were waiting to see Jacob.
Then the rest of the angels of the holy Yah descended to look upon him.
So the rest of the angels, after Jibril and Israfil is looking at him, and it's like, hey, you know that guy whose image we placed in the throne that we created for Yah? He's aboard. So when he said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness, the Most High gave the angels a description of the image to place in the throne. Okay? On the throne, right here, where he's resting. So when they look at the throne, it's like, well, there's this one guy, we have not seen him. And now he's born, and they go, look at this here. This man is born right from the line where the Most High said. It's from Abraham, it's Isaac, and now Jacob, he's here.
And behold, the glory of Yah stood above him.
Behold, the glory of Yah stood above him. His Shekinah was above him.
And he said to him, I am Yah, the Allah of Ibrahim, the father, your father, and the Allah of Isaac. The land on which thou art lying, I will give to thee and to your sons.
Okay, so he's going to give it to us. It's not free, but to give it to us. It's not free.
And your sons shall be many as the dust of the earth.
Dust of the earth, this is where we are now. We all over the place like dust on the earth. So we are many and we are scattered like dust on the earth.
And shall become strong on the west and on the east, on the north and on the south. And all the kindreds of the earth shall through your righteousness and the righteousness of your sons be blessed.
Now, righteousness is keeping the law, customs, and traditions on the land appointed. That's righteousness. You cannot have righteousness in the land of captivity. There is no instruction for you to be there. It is for punishment, which means to return is to repent. Whatever it costs to return, you just pay. Even though it costs you everything. Continue.
And behold, my word is for your help.
Oh, what's for your help?
His
The instruction,
instructions.
the word. However, everybody cannot understand or comprehend the ordering of the word because the way it unfolds is like a story. It's all over the place. However, the Most High will raise up one, like myself, who can tell you, okay, step one, we buy back the land. This is simple. Then there's a million other steps, each one of unfolding in its time.
And will keep thee in every place where you shall go.
And it will keep us, the instructions keep us in every place where we will go. Not where you decide,
Where you want to be.
not where you want to be, but in the place where you have to go. That word shall means by order. So right now we have to go to Rabakta. It is open, it is available, we will do this. From there we go down to Bersaba. Continue.
And will bring you again into this land.
And will what?
Bring you again to this land.
See, it's talking to you. Now we doing this. We're going to come back again now into this land. And
For I will not leave you until the time when I have performed all that I have told you.
okay. So now he will not leave us until the time he has performed all that he has told us. This my Father, this my instruction from my Father, the judgment upon him and me. We're walking in the same way. Continue.
And Yaaqub awoke from his sleep and said, Verily, the glory of Yahweh Shekinah dwelleth in this place.
We'll be right back. Okay. Continue.
Verily, the glory of Yahweh Shekinah dwelleth in this place, and I knew it not.
I didn't even know it was here. Oh my goodness. He has to check himself. Continue.
And he was afraid and said,
How dreadful and glorious is this place. This place is not common. I know this place. The experience I have in this place, the say, except I don't see the ladder and the angels going up and down. I sleep at the foot of this mountain, and where was the tabernacle of David? It had become like unto the full ark of the covenant, and where the angels stood on the right and on the left, and the east and the west, in the middle was like pure white fire. And the sun turned dark, and the moon hid, and everything bowed down. And it was dreadful. No, I don't want no part of this. And glorious to see. Oh, you don't know how tall cherubims is till you see them. Mm-hmm. In comparison to the greatness of the building was a small. And there I saw the congregation of Israel, and those who were not blood ran away. And those who were blood, the men could not get up, and the women had to tend to the men because the men were giving birth. Even me at the front. You want this smoke? I'm taking you to it firsthand. It was not pleasant. It was dreadful. But it was glorious.
But it's dreadful.
But it's a dreadful sight. Mm-hmm. It's you in the face of pure authority. It's not what you think it is. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get James Earl Jones.
No.
You're not getting Morgan Freeman.
No.
This make you feel good. This is not what you're getting. It's not like this. No, it's dreadful.
They don't want that.
I'm telling you, it's dreadful. It is not desirable. So when we read the law, we didn't even get there yet because I start at 20. Don't worry. When we get back to Mount Sinai, you find out these people ran 12 miles away. That they didn't want it then. You're not going to want it now, but you're going to take it because you know what the benefit is when you do. Continue.
But the sanctuary of the name of Yah,
the sanctuary, safe place,
the proper spot for prayer.
The proper, meaning that there will be an improper spot for prayer, and there is a proper spot. See? So if the sanctuary says for us to be in Rabatka for a time before going down to this place, those are proper spots. So where are you? Where are you? You see? So the proper spot for prayer.
Set forth before the gate of heaven and found it beneath the throne of glory.
See? So this spot is the proper spot. It is founded, made beneath the Most High's throne. We have to be prepared before we go to that spot because we cannot appear before the Most High empty.
Or filthy.
So we have to change our clothes. We have to have all the cattle which he says to have, because when we get there, we have to make a festival and conduct our prayer and our rightful service before him. That's part of phase 2. Phase 1 is preparation.
And Yaaqub arose in the morning and took the stone which he had placed for his pillow and set it standing and poured oil on the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bet-La. But Luz was the name of the city at the first.
So they called it Luz, but this is not what he called this area. He don't call it Luz, he called it Beit Allah.
And Yaaqub vowed a vow, saying, if the word of Yah will be my helper and will keep me from shedding innocent blood and from strange worship and from impure converse.
Impure conversation. Do you know what impure conversation is? If you doubt what I'm reading you, you are having an impure conversation. Okay? Everything outside from doing this is impure conversation. Everything outside that this law says your heart should be directed towards doing and accomplishing, impure conversation. So now, strange worship, right? Doing outside of this instruction, right? Outside, meaning you're doing something, but it's not for the purpose of trying to get this done. This strange worship, living in another country, under another law, under another rule, under another custom, under another tradition, right? Hip-hop culture, strange worship.
Making agreements with other people.
Right.
No.
Making agreements non-sanctioned by this law.
Yep. It's strange worship.
And that conversation to do it.
Yep.
We're going to go down here and we're going to get our D's made and we're going to make our own flags and we're going to do our own thing and we're going to do all of this stuff. All of that is impure conversation. I want to go over here. We can make money and get rich. Finally. No, impure conversation. I want to go follow my Father's way and his instructions in his path. This, correct. Okay? Continue.
In this way that I am going, and will give me bread to eat.
You see that? You read that so fast. Impure conversation, what? In what?
In this way that I am going.
In this way that I am going. What way? The lawful way in my Father's instruction. In this way.
In my Father's steps.
My Father's steps, my Father's instructions, my Father's judgment. In this way I am going.
Yes, yes.
And what?
And will give me bread to eat and raiment to wear.
So what did I tell you we're going to do? You're going to get here like this as an American tourist. And I'm going to we'll change our garments together. I will stop looking like this. And I will go into my traditional wear, dressing like a Bedouin, with the markings as prescribed by the law at that time. And we will have plenty of food and clothes to wear.
Yes.
And will what?
And will bring me back in peace to my Father's house.
So this will be, you will come back and we will be in peace without fear in our Father's house on our Father's land. You don't have to pay rent in your Father's house when you get back your Father's land. You don't have to worry about food when you're growing it. So this is Jacob's judgment for us today to follow in the same area, in the same place, the next step.
Yah shall be my Allah.
See this? This one.
Yes.
My God. This one My God. I don't care about anybody, what they tell you. I don't care about the billions of other stories. This one, oh my God. I don't care. You do what you want. Anybody can say what they want. I'm telling you, this the way.
And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be ordained for the house of the sanctuary of Yah, and upon it shall generations worship the name of Yah, and of all that thou mayest give me, the 10th will I separate before you.
So the tithe, which is the 3/10, there's three, right? The 10th
Yes.
for the priesthood, the 10th for the widows and the orphans, and 1/10 for myself to eat with you, separate. This 10th, this tithe, I will separate it. See? So when I say we have to go and get ready and we have to separate a tithe, and now separate this part so that we can go in. And from what we gain and what we need and how we grow and how we gain everything, we will then set apart unto the Most High the proper 10th. And thus we will have the sign of the Shabbat with the proof there will be meat in my Father's house. Food.
Mm-hmm. And Yaaqub lifted up his feet lightly to proceed. And he came to the land of the children of the cast.
Okay, so he came to the land of the children of the cast. So he lifted up his feet lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this lightly is.
Gently, delicately, or softly, in relatively small amounts or in low density.
Small amounts. So he walked in small steps.
One step, one step.
One step, one step. What? No, listen. Just one step, one step. He didn't go swiftly. He didn't go rashly or irrationally. He took light steps, very small steps, but they were consistent, and his way was sped up so that he could achieve it and get to the point that he needed to in one day. And how long did it take Isaac to prosper? 1 year.
Sure did.
What are you waiting for? When we gonna move? You have to move now.
And he looked and saw, and behold, there was a well in a field. And behold, there 3 flocks of sheep lying near it. Because from that well they watered the flocks, and a great stone was laid upon the mouth of the well. And they gathered the flocks there, and rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and set the stone on the mouth of the well in its place. And Yaaqub said to them, my brethren, whence are you? And they said, from Haran are we. And he said to them, know you Laban bar Nahor? And they said, we know.
So they said, he had this know you. See, this is not written. It's in English, but it's not written in English grammar. So when you take this know you is do you know? Do you know Laban, the son of Nahor? And they said, yeah, we know him. He's over here. And he said,
hath he peace? And they said, Peace. And behold, Rahel, his daughter, cometh with the sheep.
So now this is Rachel coming with the sheep. So he happens to go directly to this one well, and now Rachel coming with the sheep.
Sound familiar?
Just like Eliezer
and Rivka. Yeah, y'all do nothing new. It's the same
You don't
thing.
have no choice but to go to the same place with the same well. Same. Continue.
And he said, Behold, the time of the day is great. It is not time to gather home the cattle, water the sheep, and let them go again to pasture. And they said, We cannot until all the flocks are gathered together. And we rolled the stone from the mouth of the well and watered the sheep.
So not only do they water the garden, they water the sheep. What I told you, most important part, everything grows, you need water. The sheep need water, the plants need water, we need water. Okay? Continue.
While they were speaking with him, Rahel came with her father's sheep, for she was a shepherdess at that time, because there had been a plague from Yah among the sheep of Laban, but few of them were left.
So there's a plague among Laban's sheep, and there's only a few of them, and Rachel is the only one. She's now working with the sheep.
And he had dismissed his shepherds.
He fired them.
And he put the remaining flock before Rahel, his daughter.
So he got rid of the shepherds. He says, you guys must be doing something wicked. You don't know how to care about sheep. All my sheep sick and dying. I let my daughter do it. It's better her than all of you, lest you poisoning to make me poor. Because you feel like you want more. Okay.
And it was when Yaaqub saw Rahel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, that Yaaqub went nigh and rolled the stone with one of his arms from the mouth of the well. And the well uprose, and the waters ascended to the top of it. And he watered the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, and it uprose for 20 years.
So now he sees Rachel coming, and he's like, she's looked like my mother. This face is right here. And he goes, oh, she have no men with her. Let me go. And I have to now get this big stone off of the top of this well. And with one arm, this man,
he flexed.
he's to lift this well and the stone off, and the water come up and it's flowing over. You don't have to reach down and bring it up. And she's looking. This water this not a spring. How you making this water a spring? This happened for you? I'm here from a little girl. This water don't come up like this. Now it's a spring. Oh no, I see something with this man here. And Rachel is looking. This one is the one. Oh! Come on.
And Yaaqub kissed Rahel and lifted up his voice and wept. And Yaaqub told unto Rahel that he was come to be with her, father to take one of his daughters. And Rahel answered him, Thou canst not dwell with him.
Hold on. See, first of all, let me tell you something, because y'all missed it. You read right past the verse. He went he lifted this storm and the water spring up. She noticed him. He noticed her. And they were kin. He said, oh, they sent me to be with you. And he kissed her. She kissed him back.
Yes.
This criminal conduct. What? It don't take much, just the one to sit. Oh, you make kissy face, huh? This it. Together. Think. Law. Action. You like each other? We don't have no time for play. That's it. You're finished.
And she was a virgin.
Yep.
You need to make that point clear.
This virgin.
This a virgin. You can choose when it come virgin.
You can pick this virgin. You can choice.
You can choice her. Yes.
He's to choose this virgin. This is father instruction. He's going in this way. And just the same way now, Rivka come and she's at this well. Now here come Rakib. And she's come same way.
Same way.
Oh no, this problem isn't coming. Here we go, continue.
And Ralil answered him, thou canst not dwell with him, for he is a man of cunning.
So you cannot live with Laban, please. My father is a cunning man.
And Yaaqub said to her, I am more cunning and wiser than he, nor can he do me evil, because the word of Yah is my helper.
Now listen.
Oh, yes.
He's saying, I am more wise and more cunning because, for the reason, everything I'm doing because this instruction from my father, his judgment, and the God tell me to go this way. That means any snare he has set here, I have to go through it.
Yes.
So I will go this way because the instruction know the snare there and how to make him fall in. So I have to walk and do the dance. I have to play the game. Not I do what I want to do and the Most High bless it. No. It is the other way. Right. I have to do what the Most High says do and follow who the Most High says follow and allow them to lead and go in this way. And I will be blessed in following, going through the traps and the snares that the Most High said to hit these traps and snares. Not those traps and snares.
Right.
Are you crazy? You have to be crazy.
And when she knew that he was the son of Rivka, she ran and made it known to her father.
Okay, so now she goes and tells Laban, hey, my auntie's son is here. My time for a man has arrived.
Yes.
We'll be right back after this. Okay. So now she runs and tells the father what is happening. What else happened?
And it was when Laban heard the account of the strength and piety of Yaaqub, the son of his sister, how he had taken the birthright and the order of blessing.
And the order of blessing from the hand of his brother. The birthright and the order of blessing are together. So when Abraham did it, he handed out and he meted out a joint birthright, but no order of blessing.
Yes.
He said, may Allah choose, because I do not want enmity or conflict between these two. They must dwell together in peace, which is the same judgment that Sarah had.
Yes.
I will not tolerate there to be conflict, contention, or war between you two because of the words of the covenant from the angels which we did receive.
Right.
Okay? But now, when you have the order of blessing, which is on Jacob, the twin brother of Esau, Saud, now you have enmity between the two.
Yes.
It will be one over the other at any given time.
Yes.
All right? Continue.
And how Yahweh had revealed himself to him at Beit Allah. How the stone had been removed.
Oh, so now watch this. So now she's listen. One, he told me this fantastic story. And then he get this, and it was an adventure, and there was this and this and this and this and this and this. And then I seen it with my own eyes. This man moved the stone. You know the big stone on the well? He's a move it with one hand. Right? And then what happened?
And how the well had overflowed and risen to the brink.
Then the water, you don't know. Listen, there is something with this man. This water does never come up. We have to get the water and we bring it up. He moved the well this time and the water come up and overflow. I don't have to use the pitcher or nothing.
He ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and led him into his house. And he related to Laban all these things.
So now Jacob sees Laban, his uncle, and he's running to him. I don't care what happened before. I have no conflict with you. You my family. He runs to him and he embraces him and he hugs him and he kisses him. And he relates to him all these things.
And Laban said to him, truly, thou art my near one and my blood. And he dwelt with him a month of days.
Okay, so he dwells with Laban for a month.
And Laban said to Yaaqub, though thou art reputed my brother, shouldest thou serve me for nothing? Tell me, what shall be thy wages?
So now he says, listen, though you family, it's not right that you work for free. Tell me what agreement we make. Okay?
And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder, Leah, and the name of the younger, Rachel. And the eyes of Leah were moist, or drooping, running, dropping, or running, from weeping and praying before Yahweh, that he would not destine her for Saul.
So, first of all, there is nothing wrong with Leah.
No, nothing wrong with her.
She's crying big time that she don't have to marry Saul, the wicked. She's crying. So she's going heavy and hard to the gates of heaven. Oh, no! Look at this handsome, smooth man. I take the smooth one. I don't want this one.
Who's wicked?
He's a wicked. He's a no come here. Because why? The mother, when she made the agreement, she make the agreement to send the sons to take daughters from here.
Yes.
And she's like, I don't want this one. He have no respect for his mother. He's a married these other two nothing, no good women from this nothing people, and he don't come here to get me. Okay.
And Rael was beautiful in appearance and of a fair countenance. And Yaaqub loved Rael, and he said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rael, thy younger daughter.
So this is the agreement. I will do 7 years for Rahel, for Rachel.
One point with the fair countenance has nothing to do with the color of her skin, because that's a misinformation.
Okay, so also the fact that she was beautiful, all right, she was beautiful in appearance, and she had she was nice, easy on the eyes. She was good to look upon. She had a nice shape. This is shape.
Yes.
Right? So this is a bonus.
Right, it's a bonus.
This is a bonus. He's saying, I was blessed because she happened to be this way. I would have had to take her in any account.
That's right. Because they were already promised agreement.
I had to take her anyway, but I was blessed that she just happened to be good to look upon. She was beautiful. Okay?
And Laban said with deceit, it is better that I give her to thee than to another man abide with me.
So after a month, Laban already knows, the sister over here, the older one who have the birthright, have to go first. He says, yeah, no problem. I'll give Rachel to you. I know this one's crying, but yeah, you get Rachel. Making the agreement. This is deceit. Okay? He knows. But he promises Rachel the younger first. Skipping the older. No problem. Continue.
And Yaaqub served for Rael 7 years.
And he served for Rachel 7 years. Pay attention. He does the first 7. After 1 month, 7 years is done, and he's now about to get Rachel.
And it seemed in his eyes as a few days.
It seemed like nothing. 7 years blew by. He blew the doors off. This was a simple thing. Now what?
Because he loved her.
Okay, so he loved her. Remember now, Rachel, the first one he met. Rachel, he kissed. He has the criminal conduct. Now, after 1 month in negotiation, he's negotiated to receive her for 7 years. 7 years he is pining over this woman and receives her not.
Yeah, that needs to soak in a little bit.
He's desired this woman. He's loved her. But he don't get her. 7 years. But he's a working.
That was his motivation.
This is nothing. I do my time. I get my wife. I'm good. Why? He have land, food, a place to sleep. He's a good.
It's provision.
I have a provision, and I'm getting the wife after this time. This is family land. I don't need anything much. I'm happy in this. I have a clothes. I have everything. I'm okay. Where am I going? There's nowhere to go. Next.
And Yaaqub said to Laban, give me my wife, for the days of my service are completed, and I will go in with her.
Yeah, I'm going to listen. Give me my wife. The days of my service is finished. It's time for the wedding and the consummation. Whew. I'm going in. Whew. I see her there a long time. Here we go. Now what?
And Laban gathered all the men of the place and made them a feast. Answering, he said to them, Behold, 7 years since Yaaqub came to us, the wells have not failed, and the water places are multiplied.
So not only did the well not fail, but they had more. They found water in all kinds of places. Where this water coming from? There's water everywhere here.
And now, come, let us counsel against him cunning counsel, that he may remain with us.
So now the whole point, Laban is thinking, the whole point, listen, don't let this man get away. We don't let him go outside. What if he take from us this blessing? How are we getting established here? If he's leaving, the well dried up and the sheep go back to being sick, we poor. No. Let this man stay here with us. I know we trick him and we give him my other daughter by birthright anyway. This I'm thinking about long time. I plan like this. I got him. Okay, no problem. Watch this.
And they gave him cunning counsel that he should take Leah to him instead of Rael. And it was in the evening that he brought Leah, his daughter, and introduced her to him, and he went in with her. And Laban gave to him Zilpah, his daughter, whom his concubine had borne to him, and he delivered her to Leah, his daughter, to be her handmaid.
So now he gets Leah and Zilpah. He's like, all right, I'm going to put her in. And he introduced her to him. Okay, you wife in the tent. He don't go and like they see face to face. No, because now she's fully in her wedding garb. She have on
Her veil.
And the coins and the decoration to make this wedding happen. Okay? And what happens?
And it was the time of the morning, and he saw her.
So now the wedding happened, and it's the evening time. It's the cool of the evening. They celebrating and they dancing and they enjoying in the cool of the evening, in the afternoon, early part. Then it's the night time, and she's going into the tent. And now it's the morning. It was a darkness. Now we in the light. We in the light now. So what happened?
And behold, she was Leah, whom all the night he had thought to be Rahel, because Rahel had delivered to her all the things with which Yaaqub had presented her.
Hold on. So all the night, right? He had thought he was with Rachel. So he gave all the Rachel loving that he had planned and thought up and imagined in his mind, all 7 years of that pent-up strength. Oh, he gave it to Leah. Woo! She got everything. But Rachel,
That I'm getting ready to say.
Rachel, this right here, had delivered to her all the things which Jacob presented to her. So she's like, look, okay, this is my father's plan, but this good. Now, my sister will marry Jacob. This good. This good. Because I know Jacob will be upset when he sees in the morning. Will you see how this turned out? Here, put this on. Remember you was crying that time 7 years ago. Don't worry. Now I protect you from Esau the wicked. We don't want that man. You want this one. Take this. I help you get out of my wicked father's house. We go together. Just take this for now. Put this on. Here's your coins.
Prepare her and everything.
This is how I would wear it because I like mine like this. I know you normally wear yours down. No, not this time. Wear it up like this.
Yeah.
Put it on like, yes, that's it.
Yes, you look like me.
Okay?
Now.
You go, you're looking like me, and I will go to the wedding in you dress.
Because they have the veils.
Because they got nobody know. So I will be in the woman's part, dressing like you, and you go dressing like me.
They were working together.
And what happened?
But when he saw this, he said to Laban, "What is this that thou hast done to me? Was it not for Rael that I served thee? Why hast thou deceived me?" And Laban said, "It is not so done in our place to give the younger before the elder. Fulfill now the 7 days of the feast of this."
The 7 days of the feast of this. Fulfill now this wedding feast. It's 7 days.
For virgin.
For the virgin. So you do this first. Take this one. I have to give the older first. So remember, his time was always intended to make Jacob stay longer with him. And the Most High is in agreement
with this. Because he's also answering Leah's prayer.
Right. Leah prayer. Leah, don't worry. I know you're older. In 7 years, I take care about this. You get him and you have him first. Even though the agreement for the younger. Now what happens next?
Fulfill now the 7 days of the feast of this, and I will give thee also that for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
Okay, so give me now the feast of this, and I give you Rachel, and you stay with me another 7 years. Listen, so he completed the first 7, no wife, and now it's the wedding day. He has to do 1 week and gets the wife he didn't know to get. This one's supposed to be for Esau. He don't want it. Why? It's supposed to be Esau's portion. Why? Because the covenant that the Most High makes with the woman unto the seed that come from her is also tied to a specific covenanted man. You see? So if there's a covenant here, then she has to join herself to the man of that covenant. Otherwise, she voids herself from the covenant, and the Most High give it to another. This is why the women of Israel void themselves out of the covenant of Abraham when they marry outside not the sons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
We're going to be right back. So we look at this, and he says, fulfill these 7 days, and then I'll give you Rachel, but you have to stay with us for another 7 years.
So pretty much what you were saying was that just because we're Israel women, if we marry or entangle ourselves, like some of us already have, with men that are outside, we lose our part and the children. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
See, you covenant have to produce within covenanted. You cannot go outside covenant to produce inside covenant.
Right, because it comes to the man.
Right. It's the man, the covenant is going to be on him for what the Most High says he will do unto his seed. The woman, if it says from your loins you must birth this, you have to go to where that covenant is to birth it. And you have to change, endure, adapt, accept the requirement of the covenant that is upon that man for your seed to receive of it.
That's why it's so important that the men of Israel and the women of Israel be together.
Right. And in order to get you, you have to understand what his service is. And then he has to understand what your service is to him, which is why there's a culture shock.
Yes.
Okay? So moving forward, so now he says, I'll give you the other one, but you will serve another 7, which you will you will serve for. So meaning, I'll give you this one now, but you have to stay for another 7.
Okay. And Yaaqub did so and fulfilled the 7 days of the feast of Leah. And he gave him Rachel, his daughter, to wife.
So now he gets the 7 days for Leah and Zilpah. And now after this finished, there's another wedding. So now he has to pay for the second wedding. Another dress, a new outfit. This one finished. He cannot take the same one and put it on the sister. He has to give another dowry, another everything. And now he pays for double. He has to pay for another wedding. Now he gives the woman he was promised, Rachel. So he has now spent 14 days, 2 weeks in wedding ceremonies. All the lamb, all the sheep, everybody have to eat. For 2 weeks, he's feeding people because of this tradition. Every night when the sun go down, everybody come and they make a celebration for one 7 days, and then for the other one 7 days. Goodness gracious me.
That's why it's important, men, that you have provision.
If you got the food and you're growing it, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But if you have to go to the supermarket, ouch.
And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, whom his concubine bare him, and he delivered her unto her to be her handmaid.
So this how he gets the 4 wives. There's the first 2 wives, they are pure blood, this pure blood. The next 2, this concubine, this half-blood, but they purified from the father. Right? So when you get them from the family, right?
That's the key. From the family.
From the family. Laban fixed in his way. He is a purifying agent. Okay? The same thing happens with Ishmael. You take a wife from here, as long as the woman walk in your covenant, in your law, in your way, this is good, she is acceptable.
Right.
But you cannot get direct from Europe.
Yeah, Nephilims.
You cannot get direct from Africa. You cannot get direct from Asia or anywhere. You must come through a purifying, right? So if your brother take one and is from Ethiopia and you like this look and she's in the customs and traditions, you can take from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's why it says it's Laban's concubine, this within the family. So once this comes in, oh, she's raised in the laws, customs, and traditions of the family. This is okay. Continue.
And it was revealed. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back. And he went in also unto Rael, and he loved Rael also more than Leah.
So now he went in unto Rahel, Rachel, for real this time. And he gave her even more loving than he gave Leah, because that's who he wanted. He wanted Rahel. That's what was promised to him in the first place.
And he served with him for her yet 7 other years.
Now 14 years have passed.
And it was revealed before Yah that Leah was not loved in the sight of Yaaqub.
So now it is revealed that Leah is not favored. So he have a favorite. It's not the first one whom the Most High give by using this vehicle. He want what he want, and he's seeing it a certain way. What is clouding Jacob's judgment?
Her beauty?
No. They both beautiful. They twin sisters. They look the same.
Yeah, okay.
So what is clouding his judgment? He knows this woman was actually for Esau. So now he has so now he get the birthright,
the blessing,
the order of the blessing,
and now I get the wife.
And the woman, the covenant woman that's supposed to produce the seed of which the kingship is supposed to come through. The kingship is supposed to come through here.
So he's thinking about I'm gonna really piss off my brother even more.
That's what he's thinking. Oh man, what is this? Oh, you're gonna have a time with this one. Not only have I taken now the birthright,
blessing.
Now because of my mother, I take the blessing from this man, and now I have this woman
that he's supposed to get.
That he was supposed to get.
Oh no!
I don't care about all the other women he's taken. We birthed twins. And Laban birthed twins, and my mother make this agreement with her brother that I'm supposed to take these, we're supposed to marry these daughters because the righteous seed's supposed to come from here. He don't show up, and now I get this one, and I get the other one. I look like I got it out for him.
Yep.
Continue.
And it was revealed before Yah that Leah was not loved in the sight of Yaaqub. And he said in his word that sons should be given her, and that Rahel shall be barren.
So now there is a covenanted instruction.
Yeah, says in his word.
Hold on, listen. Who said it? So when Isaac's judgment
Yes.
said that he have to birth because he received this blessing, go here and take a wife from here. He have to birth the 12 sons.
Wow.
Right? So the 12 sons promised to Leah, right? It's a promise to Leah. According to her, this is the first wife, the covenanted one, the one that have to come first. And now Leah should be barren. Why? It's after the same ordering of what happened to Isaac. He get one, he get Ribka, and from Ribka, she come with a nurse, she come with a concubine, she come with the second one. They only calling him a concubine because they know in the future she will give children. Okay? But they just called her a nurse because she don't give no children. They try, but they don't give. So now he have this, and now you have, it's supposed to be this way. Right? So let's take a look at how the Most High start bringing this about.
And Leah conceived and bare a son.
So now Leah conceived. He's loving on Rachel. She's getting the best he got to give. But when he goes to Leah,
she conceived.
Boom, one son. Now she has a son.
And called his name Reuben, for she said, my affliction was manifest before Yah. Therefore now will my husband love me. For my affliction have been manifested before Yah, as will be the affliction of my children before Yah, when they shall be enslaved in the land of the Mitzri.
In the land of the west, in the land of Egypt. So it's Leah who predicts and prophesies about the captivity that is to come in the land of Egypt. It wasn't told to Abraham. So she knows this law and that this affliction is coming in the land of the west. She knows this is coming. But she's like, it's okay because I'm blessed. Here's Reuben. Don't worry, they get delivered out. They come out the great multitude. They will have and gain back everything. But we must go through the affliction. Continue.
And she conceived again and bare a son. And she said, because it was heard before Yah that I was hated it, and he gave me this also, and so will be heard before him the voice of my children when they shall be enslaved in Mitzrayim. And she called his name Shimeon.
Shimon. So now you have Shimon. Now he's born. And the voice shall be heard from my children, like you have been heard today. You cry out, you want an end to captivity? No problem. Send the money, buy the land, and come. We finished. It's over. You don't like this procedure? You can die in the affliction, but the opportunity for out is now. Continue.
And she conceived again and bare a son and said, this time will my husband be united to me, because I have borne him 3 sons. And thus will it be that my children shall be united to serve before Yah. Therefore she called his name Levi,
which is Lawi. To unite. To be united. Unite. See?
Lawi.
So now they will be united unto the Most High. Well, here we go. It's time to unite unto the Most High in his service.
And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, This time will I give praise before Yahweh, for from this my son kings shall come forth, and from him shall spring Daoud, the king, who shall offer praise before Yahweh. Therefore she called his name Yadhudi, Yadi,
Yada.
Yadi,
Yada.
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 And she ceased to bear.
And she ceased to bear. So now she had 4 sons, and now she's a stop. Okay? She's a stop. Why the Most High stop? You just said the Most High said she would bear all 12. Most High have a plan. You will see how through her he bring about the rest.
Yeah.
It's through Leah and her affliction. The Most High love to work through affliction. So I tell you, it's not going to be an easy road. I'm asking you to give up convenience, and we go in this way to receive the blessing and that which is promised. Yes, we're going back to a former thing, but there is a great blessing in it. Continue.
And Rael saw that she bare not to Yaaqub. And Rael was envious of her sister, and said to Yaaqub, Pray before Yahweh that he give me children, and if not, my life I shall reckon as the dead.
So she's a jealous now. Give me children. If not, it's as if I am dead. Now you're going to hear something from your father, because he's giving a temper tantrum, and let's see how he responds.
And the anger of Yaaqub was strong against Rael, and he said, Why do you ask of me?
Now, first of all, he's angry. Why you come to me with this? And why you asking this of me? I'm doing my part. Ask before the year. Ask before him. I don't have no power in this. Go ahead.
Ask before Yahweh, from before whom all children, and who hath restrained from thee the fruit of the womb. And she said, Behold, my handmaid Bilhah, enter with her, that she may bear, and I may increase, and may be builded up from her.
Okay, so here, this handmaid who's unto me, I give her unto you to bear children to our house together on my side, from my loins, from my word, from my covenant. Okay, we're talking now. See, you don't understand covenant and how covenant work, but now you will learn something. So now she also want to have the blessing. There's this great covenant from this man. There's no seed on this side. I use the same law that Sarah used. I will do the Sarah trick. And I get the blessing like this. Give her, and then because this covenant to me, and the covenant's supposed to be with me, I get to have some seed. I use this trick, this lawful thing. So we building up your house, take this one.
And she made her handmaid Bilhah free, and delivered her to him, and Yaaqub entered with her.
So she freed her handmaid from her, and she gives it to him to be a wife. But she don't make the mistakes I make. She treats her like a sister. Continue.
And Bilhah conceived and bare a son to Yaaqub. And Rael said, Yea, Yah have judged me in his good mercies. He hath also heard the voice of my prayer, and given me a son. And so it is to be that he shall judge by the hand of Shimshon bar Manobach, who shall be of his seed. And hath he not delivered into his hand the people of the Philistine? Therefore she called his name Dan.
So this is where you get Dan, which is din, judgment. And because this judge, Shimshon, will come from him, and the Philistine will be delivered into his hand. So the word that comes from Rachel's mouth over this son and from his seed is for the future. It is revealed to her. And we continue.
And Bilhah, the handmaid of Leah, conceived again and bare a second son to Yaaqub. And Rael said, With affliction afflicted was I before Yah in prayer. Therefore he hath received my request, that I might have a son as my sister, and have given me two. Even so are my children to be redeemed from the hand of their enemies, when they shall afflict themselves in prayer before Yah. And she called his name Naphtali.
Naphtali. So now this is about to be when you are afflicted in prayer before Yah. So this is how you afflict yourself. You praying because you following the instructions, so you get for redemption, and it always puts you in the position to where you have to pray. Right? You said go this way, and there appears to be nothing here. However, we have to go this way. We need to make this thing. Continue.
And Leah saw that she had ceased from bearing, and she made Zilpah, her handmaid, free, and gave her unto Yaaqub to wife.
So she releases her from the covenant of binding to her as a handmaid and helping her with her children. Now she's releasing her to now bear her own. Why? The children up, they're moving. I need this type of woman-to-woman support. See, so y'all don't even understand this about the handmaid system. You have children. In order for you to get rest, you need a woman bound to you like a sister to give you rest and support so you can have rest in the nurturing of the children. It is too much for one woman to bear alone. So now once the children raise up, the same support here. Take the one covenanted to me to wife, and you make children, and now I support you, and we have children, and these our children.
Yes.
This my son. You don't say this my sister's son. No, this my son. From the woman covenanted to me, we both act as a one wife to this man.
Yes.
We together. In the house, we together. First me, alone, and then the other one, and now she's to him, and we together raising the children because I'm not having no more. I stop. So this man is not there thirst busting to get this woman. She's here. She's here. When is a given, is a given. He's not a rapist man. He's not the thirsty, horny man have to have, oh, she's so blah. When my wife gives, she gives. The tradition, when this one finished, okay, this one is come, and then I have both wives. But this one no more giving children, and this is the first one. Taking you time, because once this one have a wife, you have to expand and give this one a house, right? So she can bear, and this one just come and support a child the same. Support. Not everybody pregnant the same time. 3, 4 baby mama pregnant all one time. Are you crazy? Continue.
And Zilpah, the handmaid of Leah, conceived and bare Yaaqub a son. And Leah said, Good fortune cometh. His children shall surely inherit their habitation on the east side of Jordan. And she called his name God.
Well, we're going to have to continue with this tomorrow. I know it's getting juicy.
Yeah.
You see, what chapter we on?
We are on 30.
We're on chapter 30. We got 20 more chapters to go. I promise you I'm going to finish this so that once we're done, we can, I can be free because I have to deal with this land business. So you get your stuff together.
Yes.
I'm going to continue finish this out because once I'm done with this, there's a business that must be dealt with.
Yes.
One step at a time, one day at a time. Hope you guys enjoyed our class today. We'll see you tomorrow.
One.